Hi, folks. Welcome back. Glad to see you guys here again. Those of you that are usually here, and for anyone who's new, welcome. Thank you for joining us here during this live event. And here we are. So we just finished the premiere of episode 249. Powerful story, I thought. What about you guys? What did you guys think of that? Orangutan. Good to see you here again. I never know how to I never know how to picture you, but holy cow, the screen name sure conjures up an image. And Peggy's back. Hello, Peggy. We were talking a little bit before the premiere. We had a live event for a little while just for members. And we're going to try to do that a little bit more often to give members a chance to ask questions and just try to do something that gives members a little bit of extra something, a little extra value since they go through the trouble of being members. And so, gosh, Peggy, no, I'm not tired of you at all. Glad you're here. Very, very glad you're here. And very glad everybody else is here as well. I like to remind everyone to do that thumbs up thing in the window you're watching this on. At the bottom of it, there ought to be one of these that you could click on, because it makes us look better to YouTube. And if we look good to YouTube, then we get more exposure and draw a larger audience and reach more people and all of that. And so hit the thumbsy up thing. So who else is here? Who else? We have some more usual suspects. We have some new folks. Are the storytellers here? You guys, it is really so cool the way you all come together and welcome each other, and the way that the way that you guys welcome new people. Everybody talks like they've known each other for years. It's really awesome to watch the way the group here works. So I'm hoping my audio sounds okay. I got this weird sound in my ear, but I'm guessing it's all right. So look, we got some more likes. We're up to it says we're up to 6 now. And that's good. We have 27 people in the group right now. And we have 6 likes. No pressure. No pressure. I'm really glad you guys are here. So how about a little bit of input? Hello, Robin. Thank you for being here. How about a little bit of feedback on the story we just premiered? What did you guys think about it? They're all powerful, but you know, what did you guys think? Yeah, so true, Glenn. It's a friendly gang. Yeah, a gang. Yeah, I suppose. It's I think of them as the usual suspects, the ones who show up in most of these live events. In my head, I call them the usual suspects, and I don't really know where that came from, but that's how they are in my head. So Robin said the deep grief. Yeah, that was something that I remembered from recording their interviews. That the father, I really didn't see that coming during his interview. He was in good spirits, and and just kind of got overwhelmed in the course of talking through the story. It just hits me that these people who pass away had so much life ahead. That's the tragedy. Yeah, holy cow. How cool was the truck? Did you guys even notice the truck? I thought the truck was profoundly cool because it I don't know if you remember this detail, but the body, the cab, was a 1940s era body on top of a 1980s era truck frame. It's just, that's a lot of work. That has got to be a lot of work. What a cool thing. And that picture of George with his friends in the truck covered in mud and just having a blast. How cool is that? I thought, wow, that's way cool. Hello, Carla. Welcome. Me and Carla were exchanging some messages earlier today. I like to check in on her now and then. And there's Brad. Cool deal. Glad you're with us and looking forward to seeing you guys in Oklahoma soon. When is it? The 15th, right? At Toby Keith's restaurant. I think that'll be a good time. It'll be good to see you guys. It is cool, and the part where he helped his dad with the wood. Oh my God, was that hilarious? Oh, Dad, this sucks. He said, "That is funny." I can so picture that. I can be on either end of that. I can be the father hearing my son saying, "Oh, dude, this sucks," or I can be the son. I can certainly see telling my dad that this sucks. And my dad had rental properties, and we were frequently dealing with them, painting them or doing repairs to them. And yeah, there were many times when I thought, oh, this sucks. Anyway, Brad and wow. Anyway, Brad and Carla, thank you for being here. Glad to see you guys. So, and there's Peggy. Who else we got? Yeah, where is Nux? It has been a while since we have seen Nicole. Dad's on the 5-year plan, and all I have here is coffee. Carla made you get on. Well, I'm glad you're here, Brad. Really, I'm glad you're here. So, Brad and his 5-year plan. We are up to 10 likes now. That's cool. That's good. Anybody else, feel free, So tell me more, folks. Those of you that were in on the premiere, tell me more about what stood out to you about this story. Sorry. You're just doing important stuff, paperwork and that kind of thing. Good to the last drop, yeah. You're dating yourself with that one too. Holy cow. So grateful not to be the oldest guy in the room. I appreciate that a lot. Chip into the chat, you quiet people, we will not bite. Oh, yeah, you tell them. That's good. Anybody, you guys are all very welcome to chime in. I'm always happy to answer questions. There's usually questions from the audience, and I appreciate them because that gives me something to talk about that someone has an interest in. So otherwise, I'll just ramble endlessly until you guys get bored with me. So, any questions? The stepmom sorrow got me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The stepmom and the dad too. What a great relationship the couple has because of the connection and the empathy. The stepmom cried for her husband too, and how I mean it's that's a good thing. Good thing. For sure, yes, definitely a caring couple. They they were they do. They seem like they absolutely seem like great people. Very very genuine. Not to imply that other storytellers haven't been, but there was and there was some really wonderful shining qualities about them that I really enjoyed when we did the interview, and then again when doing the editing as well. The just cool stuff. So who else is with us? Any newcomers? Any people that are joining the live event for the first time? And their son seems so caring, helping his dad with the wood. Yeah, it seems like there was a good relationship between the father and son, and the son and his son. There's some really cool. This little mini me running around with his. Holy cow, Carla! I uh, maybe maybe in the Houston area when I have a little distance, so that there's always a way to yeah, the distance can be yeah, okay. Tom's 220 Tom's. Okay. I always like to hear about the hobbies of the deceased. It is like geographic. Brad says, "OMG, stop it." I think first off, it's very cool that you're using these modern day terms like OMG. Good job there, Brad. Way to keep feeling young. As too many as it is. Good job. It's cool. So yeah, hearing about the hobbies, hearing about some kind of thing that the victim was not just not just passionate about, but enthusiastic about something that got them going, like that truck. Holy cow, the truck was cool. I thought the truck that looked like such a good time. Wow. Okay, Brad. So Carlos said you. Brad says I have too many as it is, Carla. And then Carlos says not any good ones. So, gee, Brad, kind of seems like if you've got your daughter saying not any good ones, you've probably found some really good ones. That's kind of how it seems. It seems likely to go that way, just in general. So, good job. Yeah, the truck was great. He built it with his own hands. Draven's mom, thank you for joining us. That is very cool that you are here. So, what did you think about the story? I could really just keep talking about the truck. The truck just seems like such a good time. Like just we could tear it up. It'll be all right. Let's go. Draven was George's son. See, Carla, you see what you got your dad doing now? You started this. I think George will be missed very dearly. I think his story is beautiful, and I wish he were still with us. Draven misses him every day. 9 years old. And how is Draven? Is he doing okay? Good in school? Still got the big cowboy hat, 10 gallon, maybe 5 gallon. I don't know. Draven's doing wonderful. George would be very proud of him. That's great to hear. What a cool update for us to be able to get about George's son. So, Jessica, have you seen any of the other stories in our series? Did you? How did you? How did you hear about it? Uh, I don't want a woman either. Carla doesn't want a woman either. Hmm. I don't know what to do with that, Carla. I don't want a man, Dad. I just want my kids. I don't want a woman. Okay, I caught up now. Sorry, I got behind. I'm I don't. No, I don't do cowboy hats. I wear boots. I like boots. I feel I like boots. It's a branding thing. Texas Pictures boots and all that. But yeah, I like boots. Boots are cool. Cowboy hats. I can't quite feel good with that. You know. Carla says, "I'm sorry for your loss, Jessica." Thank you, Carla. You know, I really liked I thought the pictures of George with Draven were just extra cool. I really liked them a lot. Half Vagrant. All right, now there's a cool screen name. Half Vagrant. Is that like every other day, or is that just for 12 hours a day, or how does that work? 22 months sober, meth and alcohol. I run groups now in a rehab. I play your videos for my clients. Good stuff, inspiring. Well, thanks, Half Vagrant. You know, we have a whole series of recovery stories too. It's not as big as the fentanyl series, but there's over 40 recovery stories, and there's going to be a couple more that we're going to be adding real soon. Good Half Vagrant. Huh. Okay. Sorry. So Half Vagrant, I really appreciate hearing that. I really like how the stories get into places like that and reach people who really need to hear the message. We can, if you ever want to, we can do some sort of live, like a Zoom meeting or something. If you'd like, I'd be glad to uh, talk to people in the group or whatever. If there's something we can do, I'm sorry, you're making a difference. Yes, yes, definitely making a difference. That's awesome kind of work. I hope your clients have good follow up after rehab. There are deaths soon after people get out of rehab. Yes, there is. The coffee cups are in our store. They're overpriced, but you know they're self cleaning. So there's that. But yeah, in our store they're overpriced, but there is a discount code that I gave you guys that takes off like 25%. Yeah, that would be amazing. I'll have to email or message you. Yeah, yeah, you can email us at info@texas-pictures.com, or you can find us on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook and uh, and message me there. So look, just like that, there's my name, and you can find me on Facebook. On Facebook, we have a private storyteller group, a group that's just made up of people who have shared their stories with us and people who wish to share their stories with us. The group has a little over 500, 550 people or something like that. And it is the coffee mug is self cleaning, Brad. Pay attention. You've heard this before. So the Facebook group, we travel all over the country recording these stories. And so in the Facebook group, whenever we have a new destination set, we announce it in the group first so that anyone in that area we're going to who has asked about sharing their story gets first crack at it. So we push 12 step a lot. They have a pretty good support. They have to get sponsors. I share the big book with them and even see clients at meetings for the IOP portion, and they get to attend meetings. IOP, I'm a video guy. I what I know about recovery is what I've learned from the people I talk to. But IOP, I feel like I should know that. But how does what work, Brad? What are you talking about? Self cleaning? Well, look at it. If you look inside, there you can't see any dirt, even when the coffee's gone. Yep, Peggy, I think moving to a different area it's not a if necessary thing. It's a better if they do thing. That it gets them away from that surrounding intensive outpatient. There we go. Thank you. I did know that. They come for 4 hours of classes and go back to the sober living home. So half vagrant. Let me tell you, in our recovery series, there is also, I believe there's a couple of short stories that are interviews with a former White House drug czar. We spent 2 days interviewing him, and we still have more material to work through. But one of his videos, the video is called "Cunning, Baffling, Powerful," which is an AA term, and he talks about AA and the value of AA and the 12-step program, and he talks very, very directly, very frankly, because he was a White House drug czar under Nixon and Ford. So the guy is old as dirt. And what that means is he's got no filter. He's got nobody to be accountable to. He just tells it like it is. And so he has it's a really interesting video that I think you would like. But look for the playlist on our channel. Look, there's a playlist called "The Journey from Addiction to Recovery," and however many stories, I think a little over 40 stories are in there, and most of them are really powerful. Of those 40, I know of one that has relapsed. Peggy, you saw the one with the doctor? So back to the coffee mug. Okay, the coffee mug is way cool, I think. On one side, it's got the logo, and on the other side, it says "Stories That Matter." I love this. The "Stories That Matter" thing is a really big deal. So, very good. I will explore more of the videos. They are really well done. We have been enjoying them in our clinic. The clinical director gave me a lot of flexibility in what I can play. The one with the doctor, yeah, he's funny, right? He tells. Did you see he talks about at one point he's done research on addiction, things like methadone and he's dealt with he's a psychiatrist, and he has clients or had clients that were physicians, doctors, and recovery is a mandatory thing, or they're going to lose their license and they won't be doctors anymore. But so in the story, at one point he talks about how one of his patients said to him, "Gee, doc, you just don't get it." And his reaction was, I'm a professor at Cambridge. I'm a former White House drug czar. What do you mean I don't get it? And then he said, and he was right, and I was wrong. And that's That's a big man to say that. Yeah, good to the last drop. So let me see what kind of cool stuff I can share with you guys. Uh, First off, there is the Texas Picture Store. I don't really know how good the store is doing, but there are T-shirts and sweatshirts and hoodies and and $18 coffee mugs. And here is the link. There's the link to the store. And if I go there, I can figure out what the discount code is for you guys. And there it is. Here is the discount code. It's for all of you guys can use this. That's it, TPD members. And that should give you a discount of 25%. Gosh. Good to the last drop. Okay, so I saw that video. I'm just going back here to make sure I haven't missed anything. So yeah, self-cleaning. I see no dirt in there at all. Right? Right. See. And I don't know how long it's been since I've washed it. But no dirt. All right, let me get back to the right display. Oh, I could probably. I could probably show you guys the window here. Folks, got to go doing a fundraising walk early tomorrow morning. Have a good rest of the day. So the shirts are cool. Also, might be a little over the fentanyl awareness shirts. Is that the one you're seeing? Half vagrant. Let me see if I can. Can I change it? Look, I can. Maybe no, that's not it. This doesn't really look right at all. Oh, look, there it is. Okay, so I will show you guys a little bit. I'm not trying to. How many people are you figuring? I think the number of people that can be there anywhere between 6 or 7 and 30. I don't know because I feel like who knows, and however many shows up, I can't imagine getting a head count because what's going to happen is eventually we're going to announce it on the channel just a few days before we're actually there. Oh, yeah. There we go. That was good. And see, it's still not dirty. See, it's still clean. So watch this, folks. I can do this. I'm just sharing this because we were talking about it, but this is the store. So there's sweatshirts and T-shirts. Now this shirt right here, when I roll over it, but the first shirt in the list, and there's 2 different coffee mugs, including the one that I'm using. Well, the shirt, the illustration, I don't know what happens if I click on it. Let's find out. Look, there it is. You can see it, it's a python. It says fentanyl awareness. And my stepson designed the python. He's a graphic designer and very talented guy. Anyway, so that is our store, hoodies, and what happens if I do that? Oh, look, there we go. Oh, how about that? Okay. And there is another coffee cup that's white on the inside, and we are working on a new. Thank you, orangutan. Yeah, so there's that, and hopefully there's going to be a new one, a new store sometime soon. So that's what the store looks like. We don't give it the kind of attention we should, but it's there, and it's a way cool thing to see one of these shirts, one of the Storyteller shirts, randomly at like an awareness event. It's cool. It's only happened a couple of times, but it's way cool when it happens. So have I got a head count? I don't. I, I think that 10 to 12 is probably kind of reasonable because uh, it's Oklahoma City. And I think 10 or 12 is probably reasonable. A lot of the people who follow the channel are not in Oklahoma or anywhere near Oklahoma City. So stickers, we don't have stickers, but we're going to get some. We do plan to get some. We have we also have special t-shirts that I know Brad or Carla or maybe a couple of others in the room could talk about the special t-shirts. We have shirts that are not available on the channel. And the only way to get one of those shirts is to share your story with us. So I bet, but I could just go right back. I could do that. Hmm. I'm trying, folks. Just give me a second here. I'm almost there. Almost. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Whoops. Technology is just way too complicated for me. And so we have, let's see if we can make this. What am I going to see here? What? All right. So here's the other T-shirts. The only way to get one of these is to be a storyteller, to share your story with us. No, Carla, I don't believe Sherry will be along in the Oklahoma thing. She will be flying to meet me in Denver, but probably not in Oklahoma. She has a real job. She's like a responsible person. And and so and so she has to budget her time. She won't be driving. She's going to fly up and meet me in Denver. Maybe in Kansas, we'll see. But she has a real job and she has the travel agency, and so she has a lot going on. We try to get back to where we were, and we are up to 14 likes. What happens in Oklahoma stays in Oklahoma. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's for sure. So I'm glad you love your shirt. I think the shirts are awesome. It's a wonderful thing. You know, we didn't when we shot your interview, Carla and Brad. We didn't have the shirts then, and we missed we missed that. But yeah, I figured out what you meant, Brad. But it's a way cool thing after the interview to you know I give I have a couple of things that I give the person who did the interview. There is okay. Most of you know this, but I give him one of these, a roll of lifesavers, and that is a way cool moment. And then that's good. Carla's looking out for you there, Brad. Not much of a speller, huh? So after the lifesavers, I ask them their shirt size and usually make a joke about that, and then give them one of the Storyteller shirts, and I explain to them that the Storyteller shirts are not on our store, and that the only way to get them is to do what they did. It's just it's a cool moment to me. And I think I think the shirts are way cool, kind of badass. So let's see. We have been here almost 45 minutes. Why? Why am I getting this? I don't know. I don't understand. So we have over 30 people in the group. So is there any newcomers who have any questions they'd like to ask? Always glad to hear from newcomers. Half vagrant. We were in Phoenix a couple of months ago. I guess maybe 3 months ago now, and we shot at a recovery facility or a yeah, I guess that would be the right way to a rehab facility. Well, Brad, mm, the trophies that are behind me, there is there's the over here, right right there. That's the YouTube over 100,000 subscribers plaque, and these things that are up here, those are called Telly Awards, and they're kind of like industrial production version of kind of Emmy Awards. And then a couple of things on the other side over here. That's an antique camera, and there's some other awards from like film festivals and things where we've entered documentaries now and then. included one of these tellies is for one of the stories in our fentanyl series. Yes, I remember Carla. I remember. Did I don't think I got to give you the spiel. It's not the same if you haven't just finished an interview. But but yeah, I was elated to get to see you again and give you one. How did you like the city of Jacksonville? Jacksonville was great. They were. It was. I don't. I we The hotel I stayed at was kind of weird. It was fine, but a little weird too. And so, uh, but we shot at the University of Jacksonville or Jacksonville University, whichever whatever the correct term is. They were extremely helpful. Glad to have us there. It was everything. Everything went really great. Do I remember which one? No, I don't. I don't remember the name, but I remember that they didn't want to be identified specifically. Also, but I don't remember the name. Da, da, da. I got mine when you get yeah okay. That's awesome, Glenn. I don't know what's awesome, Brad. The trophies. Yeah, they are kind of cool. There's actually over there. You know, you come to Houston. You know, for me to hook you up with a chick or whatever. There's a wall over there that way that has all like community service awards from city and from the city of Houston and city of Baytown and stuff like that. It's cool stuff. I like having it up because my grandkids see it. Yeah, no, I'm not moving the camera. No, 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 not. Maybe next. K9 is here. Hello, everyone. Just watched the episode. Another heartbreaking story. My condolences to the family. Okay, K9, but the truck was cool, right? The truck was definitely cool. Maybe next time. At some point, I'll use that as a set, and you'll see. And over there is some movie posters from documentaries we've done, and over there on that side is pictures of different places uh, in different parts of the world that I've been to. Yeah, the truck rocked. It totally did. It totally did. Did you catch that about it being a 1940s era body and a 1980s era frame? I think that's a kick. So the idea when we set up the room, the idea was to have several different directions that we could go. But holy cow, I am. This is Houston, Brad. There aren't basements here. They would be full of water. But no, I am upstairs in this big open space that works as a studio. We've recorded a couple of stories here, and we have a storyteller coming in next weekend to share a story, and we're going to shoot it right here at Texas Pictures World Headquarters. So that's pretty exciting. Basement, holy cow! Nice. Look at that. Here's a look. It's a open roll of lifesavers. Yeah, it happens. So half vagrant. Seriously, if there's something we can do to help you with your organization, or you want to do a Zoom call where I visit with some of the people, totally happy to do that. I think that would be cool. And yes, we will be back in Phoenix at some point soon, relatively soon. I'll show you for you guys that are in the group that are new. I am going to share with you a graphic, and this graphic is where we've recorded stories so far for the fentanyl series. And so missing from this graphic are 3 locations in northern Florida that we just haven't updated with yet. But these are all the places we've been within the last 2 years. Look, I wonder if I can do... No, can't do that. Never mind. Anyway, so that's where we've been, and all of those locations represent a day or two of shooting multiple interviews set up somewhere, and all of them began with one local person who wanted us to come there and helped us coordinate an event. Yeah, we're going to keep doing the live ones for a while. I learn from them. I get feedback from members of the audience for each story pretty much immediately, and that's helpful to me. Why do you ask, Brianna? Should we knock it off? Should we quit? What are you saying? I'm gonna quit this one soon because I'm out of coffee. But it's all clean inside. See, that's why it's so expensive. Okay, so anyway, you plan to keep these lives going? That's a loaded question. What are you saying? Does it? It says invalid code. Okay, all right. Hmm. It's right there at the TPD MEMBERS. Yeah, the numbers aren't that great. Once in a while they shoot up though. We'll have over 100 people, which is relatively good. I don't know. Gee, yeah, this is just annoying me now. So I don't know why the discount code isn't working. It should be. It is on the home page when I look at it. So I don't know. How do I? Let me see if I can make something happen for you guys. So I think that's oh god. So I that doesn't make sense since the since the code is on the display that I'm seeing right now. That's just weird. No, the numbers are not all that great, but they're all important people. So there's that, and I learned from this. So I'll see if I can just make a new one. So it's on. It says it's on. Okay. So I'm making a new one. So I created this one. All right. So I'm going to, here's the new code. K9, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. That's very cool. Here's the new code. Live guys. Right there. Try live guys. See if that works. I just made it just now because you guys are special. And so I felt like that would be a good thing to do. Live guys. That'd be cool. So let me see where we are at here. Look at that. Uh-oh, there's a little weird hiccup. That was weird. Okay. So anyway, we have over 40 people in the group now. We have 15 likes out of 40 people, which is good. 50 people, 49 people. Oh, okay, anyway. So there's got to be some new people in the audience, I think. If anybody has any questions that you'd like to ask, please feel free. Step right up. These are we have this wonderful mix of some new names and some what I call usual suspects. And feel free to ask any questions that you might have or comment about our stories, or if you saw the premiere that just happened an hour and a half ago, whenever it was. Let us know what you think. This is part of the great thing about these live events is I get to hear feedback from the audience right after they see the story. And so I learn from that, and I appreciate that a lot. So please feel free to just chime in and ask whatever you'd like. So we have been here just about an hour, and we'll give it a little bit more time, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll have another premiere on Sunday. I don't know if we will have a live event for that premiere or not, because I could be on the road, and if I'm on the road, probably won't do a live event because that would just be crazy. So, and I'll have passengers, and they won't appreciate that at all. So. If anybody's trying to order anything, let me know if the Live Guys thing works. I can't imagine all of the settings were right for using the other one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it didn't work, but maybe this will work better. So while I have you guys here, I want to remind you about all the other stories that we have, all the other series that we have. We have the addiction recovery series. We also have a series about human trafficking that has 9 or 10 stories in it. And we have uh, addiction recovery, human trafficking. We have a set of stories about impaired driving. Most of them are programs that we made for Mothers Against Drunk Driving or for the Houston Police Department. And, oh, okay. So, K9, is there any chance it might be pilot error? I don't, I don't know. It's just the store. It's a service that we use, and so there's really not a lot of control that we have over it. But I made them both. I don't know if there's anything else. There's a chat button, and so I could ask them. But I'm skeptical about how good of a service it is. But I will just ask them right now. And a chat bot kicks right in, so I don't see any potential there. If your spring promo code isn't working, ensure it's applicable to the items in your cart. Creator specific codes may not apply to all products. Oh. See, that's more research. I will do what I can to fix that, but not right now. Because I got you guys, and I want to stay connected with you guys for a while. So I see some weird stuff going on over here, but okay. So where what was I doing? See, I got no staff here. I got nobody giving me information or keeping me current or letting me know where to go next. And so I just come on here and kind of wing it. And so I was telling you about the other series on our channel, and so there's addiction recovery, human trafficking. We're starting on a series about domestic violence. We have a set of stories that involve impaired driving that are pretty powerful. We also have a series, which I want to say it has 7 or 8 stories in it. It's called American Peace Officer. And that has stories. Cops, over the years, we've done a lot of ride-alongs with law enforcement. And I have found that cops always have stories. They always have these experiences that happened to them and stayed with them. Either something really awesome or something really tragic that has stayed with them over the years. And so the idea behind that series is for them to share those stories. And those stories are a little bit more of a challenge because typically if the storyteller is still an officer, they have to get permission from command staff. So it takes a while. Anyway, so there's also that. And we are about to start a series on cannabis-induced psychosis. And we're learning that. We're going to be shooting these stories in Denver at a conference that's going on. And our schedule is completely booked for 2.5 days of interviews. And that's going to be that's going to be interesting to learn more about that. I have learned some, and looking forward to what else I can find out. So you guys have gotten quiet. Is there any? Oh, there go the dogs. Y'all hear that? Did you? I bet you heard that. Stupid dogs. Yeah. But they're awesome dogs. Except they're just drawn to bark when I'm live. They haven't barked all day long. Now. Yeah. So anyway. So yes, Brad, next time. Next time. That's the way to look at it. Night of May in Alabama. Thank you for joining us. I believe you're a new screen name here, and certainly appreciate you being here. Did you see the? No, they are not mean, Brad. So, did you see the premiere tonight, or what brought you here, Nida? You're new. I don't. I don't. Well, okay. There's three of them. They're all small-ish dogs, and only one can navigate the stairs since we changed from carpet to wood, which is funny to me because I'm sick like that, I guess. Let me just see what I can do. Hold on. All right, so I tried calling the dog. If he shows up, I will. I'll let you see him. But I'm getting the impression he's not going to show up. That's how it's looking to me. Okay, so maybe he is. Come here, Tucker. All right. Here we go. Come here, boy. Come on. Come on, boy. Okay. Okay. So this is Tucker. You don't know what to make of any of this, do you? All right. One is a Shih Tzu. Tucker is a. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Nida, no, I just came across your show. My heart goes out to anyone who lost a loved one from any drugs. My mother overdosed from prescription drugs around 13 years ago. Very sorry for your loss, Nida. Hello, Tums. Tums is back. Stomach okay? Tums? Yeah, that was Tucker. Tums, do I know you? I love dogs, and there's no dumb dogs, only dumb pet owners. I don't think so. No, no, there are. Yeah, I'm not going down that road. No, no. Amen to that. Okay, Canine's Creed. Shocker, shocker. Yeah, no, they're wonderful dogs. They're wonderful dogs. Well behaved most of the time. They just like to bark when I'm live. That's it. Pretty much that's it, I think. And so, but it is getting close to time to wrap it up, folks. Is there some questions? Anybody have any questions that they like to ask? I had a dog that was half Shih Tzu and half Bulldog. Well, that's interesting, Brad. That's peculiar, I think, but interesting for sure. I think cool. Yeah. Two of the dogs are more like 4 or 5 years old, and then the third one is. Oh wow, we just walked right down that one. We just walked right down that road, didn't we, Brad? You just sucked us right in. Gosh. You're killing me. So, but it is getting close to time to wrap it up. But I really want to encourage everyone to feel free to reach out to us anytime. That that you can email us, you can message us on Facebook, uh, you can find us. You can go to our website and find all kinds of ways to reach out to us there, even a phone number. So feel free if there's ever any reason, any need, you just let us know, and we'd be happy to hear from you. Nida says I'm a bagel a bagel. Nida says I'm a beagle person and I adore my baby. I wasn't being mean. I was just messing. Can you tell me in a few words about your channel? Well, our channel is about stories that matter. We have stories about addiction recovery and stories about fentanyl poisoning. We have stories about domestic violence and stories about human trafficking. We're developing a series on domestic violence. There isn't any, or maybe there's one. There's a lot of crossover between domestic violence and addiction recovery, or domestic violence and fentanyl, or human trafficking and domestic violence. There's a lot of crossover between them. We are Some people compare us to the channel Soft White Underbelly, and it's a great channel. It's impressive, and certainly the number of subscribers they have is impressive. And there's some similarities. We don't we haven't turned anyone away who wants to share a story. But the stories that we have on our channel are stories that are that help make the world a better place. And there's a lot of stories on Soft White Underbelly that do that too. The way that we do our interviews is a bit different. Our interviews, there's editing that happens after we shoot that doesn't appear to happen with the content on Soft White Underbelly, and doesn't seem like it needs to either. But that's a differentiator in our work and theirs. So We travel all over to create stories. What else do I have here that I can show? I don't know. Was that a few words or was that too many? What else I can tell you about our channel is that it's been around since 2009. But most of that time, the big thing about our channel was uh, just a way to showcase our work. We're an industrial video production company, and occasionally we make documentaries. And over the last 5 or 6 years, that's changed to where most of our work is documentaries now. And 2.5 years ago, or a little over that now, we started doing the fentanyl series. And the fentanyl series really drew a lot of attention to our channel and made it possible for us to get into topics like addiction recovery and human trafficking. So that's where we're at. And we're very open, very easy to reach, easy to connect with. So there you go. If there's not any other questions, we're going to wrap it up now. I always like to remind you guys that we're always available in a moment. I will show you a graphic, a closing graphic that has our email address and other stuff. I will see what I can figure out about the discount code. I don't know why it is not working, but I'll try to figure it out. And if not, we're gonna have a new store with a different service sometime soon. Half Vagrant, thank you for being here. And Nida and Brad and Carla and K9 and the idiot that died in Morris. We'll just go with Morris. Uh, thank you for being here. We're just about to wrap it up. Good night, K9. Oh, I'm so late. Sorry. The Eddie Morris, did you change your name or something? Find a lady for your dad. Yeah, I'll do what I can. I can cruise the old folks homes and see if you changed your name, right? The Eddie Morris. You changed your name. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I'm sorry. There's not a. Can I? There's usually like some place where I can click and get a put a heart on that. But thank you very much. I really appreciate it. But you changed your name, right? Right. Your name was something else. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I will. I'll be Brad's pimp. Okay. So anyway, I really appreciate all you guys. And so I want to remind you that is so awesome, Morris. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're about to wrap it up. We've been live for the name's the same. Is it? Okay. I forget stuff. I'm like almost Brad's age, and so I forget stuff. You know. But anyway, thank you very much for being here and for joining us. We will have another premiere on Sunday. And that one may or may not have a live event with it. We'll see. It depends because part of Sunday I'm going to be on the road. So if we make it late enough, perhaps. So thank you all for joining us. Let me show you the graphic. You're 56. Ah, yes. Yeah. When I was 56, yeah, things worked a little different then, but okay. So I am 63. Thank you, Brad. You take care. I will see you a couple of weeks. It'll be epic. So okay, folks. So remember, here's our contact stuff. You can email us at info@texas-pictures.com. Find us on Facebook. And our website is right there as well, texas-pictures.com. And on our website is a mailing address, is links to our store and links to your older brother. Oh, you're killing me, Brad. I look like I'm 40. Yeah, okay. Uh, 48. No, I'm a little older than 48. Carly, yeah, I am 63. Okay, so anyway, you guys can get in touch with us at any of these things. We have the TikTok channel. It doesn't get as much attention as any of the other options. You can find me on Facebook. Friend me on Facebook, and if you want to be part of our Storyteller private group, just let me know. So thank you all for joining us, and hopefully we will see you guys on Sunday. Good night, folks.